Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Solomon Fitness World, where strength meets elegance. In today's show, we're going to talk about what makes a woman a dime. I was going to some of the old shows I used to watch back in the day, and speaking of, she had this one episode about what makes a woman a dime. We're going to watch that and we're going to get into it.
Of your game. But the thing is, if you get a woman who's a cool 7 or a cool 8, that's cool in the game too.
Hold on, let me get it.
Talk about players stepping to dimes, upgrading to dimes, and a brother just straight up asked me, and I'm surprised I never answered this question before. I've never tackled this subject on what exactly makes a woman a dime. So we're going to go into that. So I need everybody to get their pads and their pencils, and we're going to break this game down. Now, the thing is, when you're dealing with a woman who's a dime, or even a woman who's not a dime, because the thing is, every woman you get with don't have to be a dime. A dime is what you attain for and what you go for if you're trying to be on top of your game. But the thing is, if you get a woman who's a cool 7 or a cool 8, that's cool in the game too. But my philosophy is, if you're dealing with a woman who is not a dime, they should be giving you 110% cooperation. That's my whole thing. The problem is with a lot of guys out here, man, you're dealing with women who are not dimes, and these women are giving you hell. You're having problems with these women who are 5s and 6s. And
That's a great point. And then so cause a lot of guys have low standards. So just because they want to have sex with somebody, or just because they are doing it to somebody, they'll take all kind of disrespect. So that also makes the woman lose respect for you because she knows that, you have no standards.
why have problems with 5s and 6s when you can elevate, when you can upgrade? If you're going to have problems from a female, at least have problems from a dime. Just like a woman. If you're a woman and if you getting cussed out by your man and he's a bum ass dude, I mean, shit, at least get cussed out by a baller.
That's a great point. Especially because there are too many women that they're taking care of a guy that, he don't have things going on. He's fresh out of jail, or then he's cheating on her. He's going off on her. So that's a great point. At least get cursed out by a baller.
I mean, shit, go for the gusto. But a lot of people are not quite sure on what constitutes dime status. And I'm going to help men and women out, my men and my ladies who are listening, my brothers and my females. We're going to go into the 5 things that make a woman a dime. Now, number 1, the face. That's obvious. No matter how we try to cut it, no matter how we try to justify it, a female has to have somewhat of a cute face to be a dime. Now, her face has to be at least a 7. You understand me? The face has to be a 7 at least. She can be a 7, 8, 9, or a 10, but the face has to be a 7. Anything below a 7, it's hard to compensate to make that female a dime. So the face has to be a 7, because at least a 7, because everything else, if it's on point, it will elevate the female to dime status. And see, the face has a lot to do with genetics, and the face has a lot to do with the way the woman maintains herself. Is she eating right? Is she smoking? Is she drinking, hitting the weed pipe? All that has to do with the way your face is going to look. You have to maintain your looks to a certain degree. Some women just kind of let themselves go. It's not even genetics. Now, some of you motherfuckers are born looking like street creatures, and you really can't help it. But I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about people who can really upgrade themselves, and they can maintain their looks and get up to at least a 7.
Speaking of that, though, this is the other thing with most guys. With most guys, they're looking for a woman that's a dime to just show how cold they is to show their status. So really, that's also okay. Her looking good should be a bonus, but then still it comes down to is this woman helping you with your mission. And a lot of women who are dimes, they're not used to a man making them do anything or earn anything. So a lot of them are spoiled, and a lot of them are entitled.
You understand? So that's very, very important. And the thing is, man, there's not a certain look that a woman should have because dimes come in different colors. The faces can be 10s and look totally different from the next female who's a 10. You can get a white woman who's a 10, an Asian woman who has a face that's a 10, an African woman who has a face that's a 10, and these women look totally different, but they have 10 status faces in their own element. They have different looks, but they're still 10s, or they still have the 7 or 8 status. So you don't have to look like a particular person, but you just have to be the flyest in your category as far as faces. So the female has to have at least a 7 in the face. Now, number 2, the body. The body has to correlate with the face. So if the woman's a 7 and her body is at least a 7, she still has dime potential. If the woman's a 10 and her body's a 7, she still has dime potential. Now, what makes the body at least a 7? And again, the body has to be at least a 7 too. So what makes the body a 7 is the toneness of her body. She should have at least a 10 centimeter ass. There should be at least 10 centimeters of ass. At least a bubble. She don't have to have a big wide donk. That helps. But there should at least be a bubble. You know what I'm saying? There's skinny girls out here with bubbles. So she should have a bubble of it for an ass at least 10 centimeters of ass. And as far as the breast, it should at least be a C cup. Now, there are some flat-chested chicks out there with cute faces, but that kind of takes away from the dime status. If you're just a cute chick with a flat chest, not quite dime. That takes away from it.
That's an excellent point, though. So yes, I totally agree. At least a C cup. I would prefer some D's, but yeah. And one thing that he didn't say that I say that it is important too. She should be at a healthy weight for her to be a dime. So it's really hard to say that you're a dime if you're 200 pounds, 220 pounds.
All of this has to be in correct correlation with each other, because you have some women out here that's very cute and they have some little hungry titties. That takes away from the dime status. They got little 13-year-old boy chests that don't look right. And again, it's all about the body maintenance. They have to work out. They have to go to the gym. They got to be fit. And the thing is, sometimes you get a woman who has a 10 face. There's a woman who's a dime in the face. Face is flawless. But the thing is, you get these women home and then they take off their clothes and they got a little afflicted body that look like they're stricken with polio. That takes away from their dime status. You're not.
Speaking of that, though, that's a great point. And then now, this is the other way that guys experience women triggering them, because a lot of times you'll see a woman with her clothes on, and then the shape, everything will look nice, but then she had on a body shaper, or she got something that's a waist trainer, something that's making her waist come in. And once you take that off, though, the stomach comes all out, the whole back, everything comes out. And then so that's another way that takes away from your dime status, which he did mention about a woman having a toned body.
Not a dime if your body is flicked. So the cute face, nice tight body, that's going to maintain the dime element. And again, you might have women who have banging bodies. There's a lot of women out here whose bodies are on point. They have 10 bodies. Breasts, stomach is flat, ass is banging, but their face is a 5. That's not going to work either.
Speaking of that, there's a whole bunch of women out there that, okay, just because they have a nice popping, a nice tight body, guys would just assume or treat her like she's a dime just because she has a really nice body. So you see enough of that too, but now we're at a point where it's really hard to find a woman who's toned and who's tight. Like even myself, I rarely see women that are attractive enough that I want to holler at them. So nowadays, especially nowadays, for the most part, I would say, like, whenever I see a woman that has a tight body or has a nice curvy body, she has a BBL now, which I can tell the difference between a woman having a BBL and a woman having some work done. Now, the first thing is, I don't respect when a person had work done. The first thing I say is, okay, this woman, she's lazy, she's not consistent. And also, you can tell if a woman had a BBL because she has no tonus in her body. Her thighs are like this small, but her butt is so full and round. She got no type of, no type of definition in the body. So that's also how you can tell. And also, you'll see as if she has no pictures of her in the gym working out and doing anything. Or if you see her trying to act like she's doing squats, her form is terrible. She don't have that much range of motion. That's the other way you can tell if a woman has, she had work done. Also, you can tell too, as if the thighs and the butt is not matching up. So she got these little thighs, but her butt is just so big and full. Because it takes a lot of strength and effort to be able to get your glutes to get more fuller in all three parts.
Just a rough looking chick with a nice body. That's all it is. And sometimes those bodies will make you think that they're dimes, but if they have a real strong face, that face is going to affect you sooner or later. The novelty of that body is going to wear off, and then you're going to have to start looking at that face. I've been there. I've been with females whose body was banging, and I'm hitting it, and once the moonlight kind of twinkles onto that face, I'm like, oh, damn. I'm having sex with a fucking werewolf. It will hit you when you least expect it. So that body and that face has to be on point. Now, number 3 is attitude. Attitude is very important as far as making a woman a dime. Attitude can make or break a female as far as dime status. If a woman is cute, beautiful face and banging body, but her attitude is hood radish, or she has a real loud, obnoxious attitude, that takes away from her dime status. That takes away from your looks. You look at TV shows like the Bad Girls Club, you see a couple of cute girls on there, but they're fighting and acting stupid and immature. That makes them look unsexy. That makes them look uncute. You'll want to bang them still, but they're not dimes.
Speaking of that, I'll think about the time when I was a sponsor at the Black Women Expo. And then speaking of hood rats, for the most part, hood rats aren't into working out. Hood rats want to go and get work done. They don't want to put the work in and be consistent. They want results right now. So I think about how when I was a sponsor at the Black Women Expo, it was mainly hood rats who just wanted weight loss teas and they wanted weight training. They wanted mainly quick stuff. And they wasn't willing to put the work in. But then still, a lot of people nowadays just want quick fixes, period.
That takes away from their dime status. So again, like I said, your attitude should definitely complement your face. Now, the thing is, there's some girls who have a cute face and they have a bubbly, smiley attitude. Like a female might be a 7, but her attitude is smiley and bubbly, and that brings her to dime status. But the thing is, the bubbly attitude may or may not work for certain females. Like a female who has a more sophisticated look, if she's acting bubbly and giggly, that might make her come across as being goofy. So certain women, their attitude has to be in conjunction with their facial structure. For example, like a female like Sade. Sade has a very serious demeanor. Sade wouldn't look right being the singer Sade. That's who I'm talking about. Sade is a very beautiful woman, and she wouldn't look right being bubbly and giggly, because that her persona is very mysterious and sophisticated and serious, and that's part of her sex appeal. But she has the face to pull that off, because some of these women, they try to be sexy and mysterious, but they got a strong face, and you're like, bitch, you need to smile. That don't work for everybody. So that's what I mean by saying that your attitude has to complement your face structure. That's very important. Now, people, number 4, as far as making a woman a dime, or a woman being a dime, is her grooming habits. Your grooming habits, ladies, it has to be on point. Your nails have to be on point. The woman's skin texture. Woman can't have stretch marks, bullet wounds, rough ass skin, because that takes away from her being a dime. The shaving habits, because the thing is, fellas, we've all seen this, dudes. We've seen females who are cute as hell in the face. The body was off the chain, ass, breast popping, and they had a cool attitude. The attitude was very cool. But the thing is, they were dusty. Ain't nothing worse than a woman who has the potential to be a dime, but she's dusty. And we've seen this. Seen women who are cute as hell, their hair matted up, they don't really take care of themselves, they don't know how to dress. They're wearing clothes that don't fit right. And that will take a lot away from your dime status. And the gentleman who called up, he talked about upgrading women. That's where the upgrade comes in, because see, a lot of fellas out here, man, that's where your game comes in. You got to be willing to upgrade a woman who has dime potential. A lot of dudes don't know how to do that, and a lot of dudes don't want to do that. A lot of dudes are just happy with laying up with the woman as she is, and women want you to upgrade them. A woman.
That's a great point. So a lot of guys, they don't require a woman to do anything because they just want to have sex with them so bad. And then the women know that, okay, you know, so why should I want to do better when I know that regardless of how I look or how I am, guys just want to have sex. So that also leads to the women being lazy and not being on top of their game and wanting to do better or be better. So that's a great point.
Want a dude to really step to them and really step their game up a little bit. And stepping a woman up and upgrading her, that's not no trick shit. Tricking is when you're just trying to throw money at the woman in exchange for sex. If you're trying to upgrade the woman, you're making her fly so she can make you look fly. Because if you were the woman and she's dusty, that's going to make you kind of look funny style. So you want your woman or the chicks you deal with to be on top of her game. So that's where the upgrade comes in. Now, last but not least, number 5, the fifth thing that makes a woman a dime is the woman's hustle skills. How this woman is getting money. Is she getting money? Can she get money? What can she bring to the table? What kind of skills does she have? Can she cook? Can she clean? Can she hold you down? Really, that's what you want to look for. Like the gentleman who called earlier, or the other guy. He wanted to know if he should wipe this chick up, if she's the one. If the female is holding you down and she has all these other attributes, if the face is banging, the body's banging, the attitude is banging, the grooming habits are on point, everything is balanced, and she's holding you down, you keep that. You roll with that. Because again, the novelty of the cuteness.
That's an excellent point. Because a lot of guys, they will leave a woman that has their back and a woman that she's doing things for them, for a woman who's a dime that can't stand them or she's just using them. So a lot of guys know a woman don't like them and she's just using him and she's doing nothing for him just because she's fine, just because she's a diamond, just so that, you know, he want to have his guys and say, oh man, he with her, I think, you know, but a woman can't stand him and she's just draining him and she's using him. So unfortunately, a lot of guys are like that though.
And the body, that will wane a little bit. So all her other attributes will have to balance that out. And that makes the woman a dime. And the thing is, man, you notice that women who really don't have no hustle skills or anything to bring to the table, they'll throw smoke screens out there. They'll start showing you their ass and they'll start twerking and all that old hood rat nonsense. But they throw smoke screens, and fellas, don't fall for the smoke screens. For example, if you go to YouTube and you look up videos of girls cooking in the kitchen, you have a lot of videos of girls cooking. They'll be in the kitchen like, hey, this is how I make lasagna or whatever. The thing you'll notice about girls who are on YouTube in the kitchen, they're dressed nice, they're well groomed, and usually their houses are very clean. They have very clean, nice homes. Now contrast that with girls who do twerk videos, girls who do these little booty shaking videos. Whenever you see a girl doing a booty shaking video, the house is always nasty. Damn near 9 times out of 10, they're in a nasty ass crib with pissy mattresses, dirty carpet, clothes all over the place. Sometimes there's babies in the background, dirty walls, and they got little dingy booty shorts on. So that shows you how that chick is living, and she's booty shaking and twerking as a smokescreen because that's all she can bring to the table. That don't make her a dime. Don't fall for the smoke screens. Look for the women who are genuine dimes. Look out for it and upgrade yourself, player, so you can upgrade these women.
That's a great point. So yeah, y'all. So that was a great video. So I basically agree with everything that he's saying, and that's why it's so important for a man to just just because she looks good. I mean, that's a start, but it comes down to how are this woman willing to help you with your mission? Is this woman? This is the other thing. Well, it does kind of go to what he said about the attitude of women being able to cooperate, and willing to, just to help you with your purpose and willing to, to just get along. So it does still go under the category of attitude. So yeah, so that's so important though. But so ladies, so where do you measure up? So ladies, if you're looking for help when it comes down to you finally getting that body tight so you can have the first advantage, which is being attractive enough where the guy actually can see himself being with you seriously, besides just only wanting to just be with you sexually. If you would like to finally be able to get your look in order so you can tone your body, feel better, have more energy, be able to wear those amazing outfits you haven't worn in 10, 20, 30 years because it's been collecting all that dust on it because you've been getting bigger over the years because you haven't been prioritizing your fitness, you can go and fill out my application and we'll see if my program is a good fit for you. Everything is tailored for my clients based off of their goals, their lifestyle, what they have going on. Everything is personalized. So I'm a certified glute specialist. I'm a certified personal trainer. I'm a certified health coach, and I'm a certified nutritionist. So this is how I get to help women, and I use the all-in-one approach to force their bad habits to change, and I get to hold them accountable in real time. And then my app is my perfect training tool that I use because I realized a long time ago that it doesn't matter how much my clients work out. If I can't track their macros and the habits and see what they're doing in real time, it doesn't matter. So this is why my online clients are getting better results than my one-on-one clients that I have, because I can track their macros and calories in real time and force their bad habits to change. So if you finally want to end that chapter of your life of you being overweight and you keep getting bigger, because the average person gains 7 to 12 pounds from Thanksgiving to the first week of January. If you're tired of just always going through the same cycle, you stopping, starting, and you want to be able to finally put this chapter behind you, you can go and fill out my application. You can go to Solomon's Fitness World.typeform.com and fill out my application. If you want to go and support my channel, you can go and buy my bands and help you tone your whole body. I got the booty bands, ankle bands, power bands. You can click it on the screen. I have the Champion 4-pack, which comes with 4 different levels of my power bands, which is also great for the men too. And I have also the Incredible Bundle, which comes with 3 different levels of my ankle bands. It's really good to help you tone the stomach, build up the glutes, walk in place, all that good stuff. And I have my Diva Bundle, which is a mix of all 3 bands. It comes with 3 different levels of the booty bands, comes with 1 power band and 1 ankle band. You can click the screen. That's how you can support the channel. You also can become a channel member to support the channel. So I hope you all enjoyed the show. Like, share, and subscribe. Share this video with somebody who you think would benefit from it. I'm going to see you all next time. Let me know in the comments. Let me know, do you all agree with Tyreek's list of what makes a woman a dime? Let me know in the comments. I'll see you all next time. And remember, God wants you healthy and fit. The devil wants you to procrastinate and put it off and make excuses. Don't let the devil win. And remember, Solid Fitness World is where strength meets elegance. And I'll see you all next time.